Hello everyone, welcome back to another Blender Bits tutorial. Today we're going to be going over particles. Hopefully this will be a really quick one, so let's get right into it. So the first thing you'll notice is I've started with an empty scene here. All I've done is selected everything using the key A, and then hit X, and then hit delete, and OK. The last thing you'll probably want to know for this tutorial is down the bottom here, I'm using screencast keys, so if I fail to say what key I've just used, you'll see it down the bottom here and you can figure out what to do. So the first thing we'll need to do for particles is have an object that we can emit the particles from. So it's Shift A for your add menu, and let's go ahead and just add in a simple sphere. Now that we have that, all the default parameters will work well for this. So let's just head straight over to the particle tab, which is this little arrow looking thing underneath the particle properties. So click on that. First thing you'll notice is we have nothing open over here. So we're going to hit the plus sign right here. And now you'll see it's underneath emitter, and we're going to emit 1000 from frame 1 to 200. And if we just hit play down here, you'll see that it's starting to emit. So I'm going to hit pause and go back to the start. And I'm going to change a few of the values to show you how they all work. So first thing we're going to do is underneath velocity, go and open that up and try changing the normal. So if we increase this to 12 meters per second, you'll see they come out much faster than if I was to set it back down to 1 meter per second. The normal is basically how fast the particle comes off compared to what direction the face is facing. For instance, if I put the X to 12, you'll see they all move along the X-axis at 12 meters per second extra. Another feature here you can change is the lifetime. So you can see our particles, if we hit play, they start to disappear right there. But if I was to increase the lifetime to 200 and restart the simulation, you'll see they go further than they did before. Another thing you can change is the amount of particles. So if we were to put this up to like a crazy number, like 20,000, make sure to save your scene before you do anything too hard with the particles and hit play. You'll see there's a lot more particles coming out. That's it for the basic particle stuff. The first thing I want to show you is how to interact with the particles. So let's add in a plane from the Shift A add menu, and using the key S, scale it upwards and drag it over on the X-axis and then rotate it on the Y-axis, so we're starting to have the plane right there. And let's just hit play. You'll see the particles pass through it but not at the right spot, so I'm going to move our plane down to right there, and that will make it so that all the particles hit it. But you'll notice we have a slight problem here, that all the particles are passing straight through our plane, and that's not what we want to happen in this simulation. So let's go over to our physics tab and add a collision and hit play, and you'll see now all the particles are coming straight off of it. Something you might want to change is how much the particles are bouncing. So if we were to increase the dampening to something like 0.5 and randomize it all the way to 1, you'll see that the amount that our particles come off is now very different. Same with if we chose the friction value right here, like this. Some of our particles you can see take longer to kind of slide down it than others. This is the basics of the particle system. Feel free to explore any of these tabs down here, what they do, how they work, and what you can achieve with them. There's very many things that you can do with the particles, and most importantly, have fun. I hope you've learned something today. If you did, that's great. Have a wonderful day.